Hi, I'm Lex. I'm a proud Wiradjuri woman and I'm a peer rehabilitation recovery worker here at Wellways in Southwest Sydney.
Hey everyone, I'm Bailey. I'm a proud Wiradjuri man and recovery worker in Southwest Sydney.
Before we start, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land on which I live, work and play on, the Darul people. And I'd like to acknowledge their elders past, present and emerging, and the ongoing history and cultural connections to the lands and the seas.
At Wellways we have a RAP, short for Reconciliation Action Plan, which is for everyone, since reconciliation is everyone's business. We're here today to talk about the Reconciliation Action Plan, the work we do in the community, and to look forward to next year and what we'll be doing then. Each of our teams at Wellways has set themselves courageous commitments to ensure they can contribute. This can be done in the form of discussing Indigenous topics, visiting cultural centres, and learning more about the land we live and work on.
Here at Wellways, we acknowledge the challenges that our communities are facing. This can include structural discrimination, access to services, and many gaps in social health and wellbeing outcomes compared to the general population. Therefore, reconciliation is embedded in our everyday work practices. I would like to reflect on my time here at Wellways over the last year. I've had many opportunities for personal and professional development here and been able to connect to my culture, whether that's my mob or my First Nations staff.
Yeah, just like Lex, I think it's been really important for us as Indigenous staff members to connect with our mob and our community, particularly when we go down to Thurrowa, our local Aboriginal medical centre. I often run into my aunties and uncles down there. It just feels like a really connected time and just like with family, why I love working in the industry.
One big step forward here for us at Wellways is our new appointed role of the RAP Officer, Jamie-Lee Lalic. Jamie lives and works here in Southwest Sydney and is a proud Bundjalung woman who's worked in this sector for over 15 years.
Jamie's been a big part of my reconnecting to culture. Over the last 4 years, I've formed a strong friendship with Jamie and she's really helped me connect back to my roots and I've learned a lot from her.
In fact, Jamie's so dedicated to her role, she's actually out on country now delivering mental health first aid for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders to other services. This is also delivered to Wellways staff who may also work remotely in rural New South Wales.
The training Jamie facilitates is really important, especially when working with the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities. We learn a lot about the kinship structure, connection to the land and belief systems, and just generally how to support people with mental health issues in this community.
I definitely agree with you there. I really felt connected when I was doing that training. I really enjoyed it. Whilst the RAP community focuses on its vision of inclusive communities and addressing injustices and harms done to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, the First Nations Caucus is a group for all of us First Nations staff to come together, connect, share stories, talk about our work and just have a general yarn.
Yeah, Lex, having the caucus is really important. It's just really good to be able to catch up with people all across the country, all Indigenous workers across Wellways. We're really working to increase supports for Indigenous participants by the development of a social and emotional wellbeing role, a specialised role for Indigenous staff members.
We have learned so many things this year and we've been able to quickly adapt to challenges that have come up, such as a pandemic. We've utilised technology to be able to keep in contact and keep up with that service delivery and be able to stay connected. But Bailey, how good is it to actually be out and about doing what we love again?
Yeah, it's pretty wild being locked in the house for the last few months, so it's been really good to get out and see people again.
Yeah. What's even more exciting is that next year, Wellways has actually confirmed a cultural retreat for all First Nations staff. The retreat will consist of all First Nations staff coming together to connect, doing some cultural training, sharing each other's stories and learning from each other. This is still in a bit of a process, so watch this space.
The goal of reconciliation is to create healthy and strong communities. The only way we can do this is by having meaningful conversations as well as ensuring connection to our communities.
I couldn't agree more. It's such an exciting space to be in. So stay tuned, and in the meantime, you can find out more at wellways.org and the work that we do, as well as our social medias.